Good morning. So this is the reading for Thursday, July 18th. And I know I say it all the time. These days are flying. So I'm just starting with a little bit about our past to kind of see where we were. One more. Okay. Let's see, current energy. And where we're going. So as I'm here looking at these cards and I'm thinking, what is going on here? Because it feels like something is building, something is growing. We're actually all gearing up to release something. So on the 21st, we have our second full moon in the sign of Capricorn. So that's on Sunday. It's Eastern time, but it's early enough in the morning that it would be applicable. It's at the right time. It's applicable for all the time zones in the US. Obviously, it's where I'm based. Looking here, bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. There's some sort of new beginning that you're really interested in exploring, but it does require you to let go of something in order to be able to move forward here. And I'm not seeing the moon. I'm actually kind of surprised the moon's not showing up. It wouldn't surprise me if it shows up when I do the clarification, but it does feel like something is getting ready to be released. Past energy, we have the Page of Wands, we have the Hanged Man, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So there was some sort of action that you took here in the past. There was, I'm getting a divergence. So you were on a path and something else required your attention. And that something else is connected to your abundance. It was about proving something to yourself. You had to know that you were capable of doing something here on your own. It's a very specific message, but you had to know that you were capable of doing something on your own. And so the actions that you took, it's almost like the universe said, okay, I'm going to take you and kind of almost drop you in a different place, and you have to figure it out. And when you're ready, I'll put you back where you need to be. That's what this feels like when I look at the past energy here. Current energy, we have the Three of Swords. We have the Knight of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Wherever you were dropped, so kind of thinking of that divergent path again, wherever you ended up, you had to deal with something here, some sort of pain connected to the past. Might have been a romantic relationship because the Three of Swords is usually connected to that. It's definitely some sort of heartbreak or heartache. Sometimes a third-party situation with that Three of Swords energy, but the Knight of Pentacles. So what's happening here, and I'm going to hold the cards the way that I see them because it's actually telling me a story. So the Knight of Pentacles has already learned the lesson. Right here in the center, you've learned the lesson, you're turning your back, you're completing this cycle of healing, letting go of any kind of past heartache or heartbreak, whatever it was that really kind of weighed on you, and then you're moving towards this Three of Cups energy. So you're turning this kind of like sadness into happiness. You're moving towards the things that you enjoy doing, the things that you want to do here. You've learned the lesson. There's no reason for you to go back and learn it again. You've already learned it. But there's something about this because it's this sense of almost being in between at the moment. With the future energy here, I'm getting the Nine of Swords, the Devil. So this is Capricorn energy. We're about to have that full moon in the sign of Capricorn, with the Two of Swords. So something here is not going to be clear until we do kind of cross that threshold on this full moon in the sign of Capricorn. Nine of Swords, this is definitely some sort of fear, anxiety, maybe sleepless nights, connected to whatever happened in the past. It is connected to this Three of Swords energy, but it's almost this fear that you will have to repeat lessons, that these patterns aren't done, that you will have to go through it again, but that's not true. And the Two of Swords is here because you're not really clear on your path forward. And it showed up in the reading for yesterday in the same spot. So there's something about being in your own head, really kind of using your past to dictate your go forward. You're not going to be repeating things from the past here. That's not what this is about. This is about closing out those cycles. You've learned that lesson. It's time to let it go so that you can move forward. There's something about this. You're holding on to the fears that these cycles are going to be repeating. These lessons need to be relearned because it was a very painful lesson and you don't want to repeat it. Let's get some additional details here. Tell me about the Hanged Man. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles. So with the Page of Wands, I got the Knight of Wands. This is definitely some sort of action that you took in the past. It was like you were going down one path and the universe, because these two almost, they cross. So one is going one way, one is going another way. So this was the divergence. This is where you ended up off the course that you were on, but it was a temporary removal. Hanged Man, Devil, because you needed to see something about this. You needed to learn some sort of lesson here so that you don't go back and repeat patterns from the past. There was something where you were on a path towards what you wanted, and if you had continued down that path, it would have ended the same way it always did. And so the universe actually took you off that path for a reason, so that you could see things clearly, so that you could see what was healthy, what was unhealthy, specifically the unhealthy, the things that you needed to let go of here in the past. With the Nine of Pentacles, I'm getting the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you needed to learn this on your own. You needed to prove to yourself that you were capable of doing things differently, that you could see the lesson. Eight of Pentacles tells me that you learned everything that you need to learn. You had all of the skills necessary in order to, I want to say, like, beat that pattern. It was really about learning the pattern so you don't repeat it. So you overcame whatever challenge was presented with that devil energy. You have the skills necessary to not fall back into that pattern because you learned the lesson. That is the most significant piece to this. Knight of Pentacles. Three of Cups. Yeah. With the Three of Swords is the Fool. Addressing the heartache, thinking about it, getting into your feelings. This is what's bringing about a new beginning for you. It's allowing you to not bring in that past pattern. It's a cleared karma. You don't need to learn this lesson again. That's what karma is all about. It's about learning lessons, positive or negative. And so you've learned this lesson, so your karma is cleared. You don't need to bring that forward here. The healing is in your favor. With the Knight of Pentacles, again, you learned the lesson here. King of Wands, Three of Swords. The reason that you learned the lesson is because you took actions here in the past. I can see it with the Knight of Wands. You took actions to address the heartache. Move on from it. Don't let it just sit there, and don't compartmentalize it. It doesn't feel like you have. It feels like you did address it, but there might have been a period of time where you just kind of buried it deep, compartmentalized it, didn't address it. But that's all behind you. You learned the lesson so you can move forward. With the Three of Cups, I'm getting the Chariot energy. So we are in Cancer season. That is the Chariot. But this indicates to me that whatever you've done, the work that you've done for yourself, you can be really proud of yourself. You've made a lot of progress. You're moving in the right direction. Love to see this energy because it's really positive. It's a lot of success around the direction that you're going. Even if you find yourself slipping into old mindsets where you have this fear around repeating. Sure enough, the moon came out. So with the Nine of Swords, King of Cups, you have this fear around having your heart hurt again. I mean, I can see that with the Three of Swords. It's out here twice. King of Cups is showing up. King of Cups, Nine of Swords. So there's something about your heart that you really want to protect, but at the same time, you also don't want to close yourself off to a new beginning. So there's something really significant about that. You have this fear around having your heart broken. But that's a fear. It's not reality. It's a fear because of what happened to you in the past, but it is not your path forward. What I'm getting here with this Empress and this Devil energy, so the Empress is Venus. This here is Capricorn energy. Empress is all about transformation. So I don't know if it's not really visible in this card. I have other decks where it's more visible, but she's pregnant here. And so she's birthing something new. And so you're letting go of old patterns. You're transforming, you're releasing here. There is something really significant about this full moon in Capricorn that's going to take place. And so it's happening just as we're about to enter into Leo season, which means it's at the end of Capricorn. It is at the end of this Cancer. So it's at the 29-degree mark of both. That is the last lesson that you need to learn in this journey for this specific lesson. You're at the end of it. You just need to have a little bit of faith, which is the Fool card. You need to have a little bit of faith here. Two of Swords in the Moon. The Moon is all about not necessarily things hidden, but not seeing them clearly. Same with the Two of Swords. So it feels like until we cross the threshold into this Capricorn full moon, and once we get past it, then things are going to be a lot more clear. The path forward is going to be a lot more clear. Let me see if I can get some guidance for post the full moon. Okay. Okay, that's it. That's all I need to know. Ace of Pentacles. That's your new beginning. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. It's where you're going. There are no other cards for that. So this is the reading for Thursday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.